What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on? I'm trying to have this bump. Let me stop. Okay, there you go. What's going on, y'all? So we are back again for a whole new episode review of a brand new season of Married to Medicine. It is about time, girl. I've been waiting for Married to Medicine because they said a lot of stuff's supposed to be happening this season. I hope they give it to us like they need to give it to us. I hope it don't start off slow, like slow ass Real Housewives of Atlanta. No shade, but I'm just saying, okay? But anyway, let's just get into it. This is episode 8, season 8, episode 1, breaking out of the bubble. So of course they had to start off talking about, a lot of the stuff that's been happening and affecting reality and what's been going on with the Black Lives Matter, the protests and COVID and all that. We get it. Okay. And showing the efforts and things that the doctors on the show have been doing. And one of the main peoples, Latoya was talking about how it was affecting Eugene, and it's basically a lot. It's taking a toll on everybody. We see Dr. Damon and heavily out there, administering COVID testing and trying to get to certain areas where they don't reach, like black people. You know what I'm saying? And heavily out there giving out stats and stuff like that. And that was really nice. I would like to see that. Of course, Dr. Jackie was out there as well, and it is so funny. I would say this each and every season that Dr. Heavenly and Dr. Jackie are good girlfriends now, because I remember, if you go back in the gap a few seasons ago when Dr. Heavenly first came on there, Dr. Heavenly and Dr. Jackie were not like this, baby. They butted heads so much, okay? You know what I'm saying? But now they're like really good friends, and it affected some relationships. So Dr. Jackie started talking about the relationship and friendship that she had with Simone. And I feel like at this point, and this is how I've always felt, and I don't care how you feel either, for this point, but my whole stance on this is, if you don't know how to be neutral and you can't accept a person to be neutral, why, like, you're not mature enough. That's what I feel. You're not mature enough, because what you won't do is force me to be in a situation that ain't got shit to do with me, and make it so that I have to choose sides. I have to pick and choose a side. And if you don't choose my side, we're over and we're done with. Okay, whatever issue that was going on between Dr. Simone and Dr. Heavenly, it's making it seem like Dr. Simone wanted Dr. Jackie to, be 100% on her side and not pick or be cool with Dr. Heavenly as much as she is. And I'm looking at the situation like there is no particular reason why, especially if the issue ain't got nothing to do with Dr. Jackie, there is no reason why Dr. Jackie can't be equally cool with Simone or Heavenly, because the issue that y'all got is with each other, not with Dr. Jackie. Even though Dr. Jackie and Dr. Simone had their issues, Dr. Jackie said she felt like she wasn't being defended enough by Simone in a situation with Buffy. No, Dr. Jackie, let me tell you something. I'm gonna have to put you out there too, girlfriend. What you did to Dr. Buffy, that was some bull. That was some bull. And if I remember it right, people called you out on it. And that's what Simone, I think, did. Correct me if I'm wrong. So correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But I feel like that's what she did. And you just wasn't expecting it. But y'all kind of made up at the reunion. And Dr. Jackie said they, said they was going to work on their relationship. And after that, nothing really came from it. And I said, that is sad. That is sad. Like, years gone down the drain for what? And then you got Dr. Simone, she's talking about how basically she had to put some distance between her and Dr. Jackie. And, at this time, she's only worrying about her real friends and family, or her close friends and family. And I was like, I just hate looking at reality shows or shows in general and seeing people start off so strong, whether it's in a marriage, a friendship, a family, or whatever, and we just see the relationship deteriorating over petty stuff. If it's something big and stuff like that, I can understand that. But when it's petty and very immature, like it just hurts me. It hurts me because I did like Dr. Jackie and Dr. Simone together. And then I like Heavenly and Simone and Jackie's energy together. And so for them to have this little tension between them, all three of them, it just makes me mad. I mean, it makes me sad. It irks me. But, she's talking to Michael, her second son. He's finally going to college, and she just asking if he's ready. You know what I'm saying? That was cute. That was cute, that little joke that, he made, you know what I'm saying, when they was playing basketball. He was like, "Mom, you don't play with no basketball, right? You play with vaginas. You handle vaginas. I handle the balls." Okay? That was funny. That was funny. I was thinking something else, but, that was funny. That was cute. Okay? But, because Atlanta. But anyway, so yeah. She was just trying to make sure that he is ready for college, and he had to spend his last year, senior year in high school during COVID and all that stuff, and missing a lot of monumental things that we had to go through, and he couldn't go through, like prom and stuff like that. And so, she was just asking is he prepared to go down to college. She's going to Lee University. It's in a small town in Tennessee, and it's mostly predominantly white, and it was talking about them having Confederate flags and stuff like that, and what would he do if he can get confronted with racism, and, him teaching people about it and stuff like that. And then, they went from being serious to him. She asked him about basically what's going on. You gonna be ready and prepared? What you gonna be down there doing? Listen, I got ladies and stuff I'm finna be doing and all that stuff. She was like, ladies, you got condoms? You gonna be using condoms and stuff? No, I don't use no condoms. I said, hold up. Not with your mama being a gynae, okay? Not with your mama being an OBGYN. And he was like, I'm just playing. But it's cute. The little banter between them was cute. So, we get Latoya. We get Toya. Okay, another Toya. Goddamn. Another Toya that gets on my nerves sometimes. But at least, another Toya that ain't got shit to do. Anyway, she playing around in the golf cart, rolling the boys around, trying to get back to the house or whatever. And, one of the sons was like, look at that house. I want a big house like that. I like that house. And then, Toya was like, you got to be a doctor to get one, a nice house like that. He was like, well, you ain't no doctor. She was like, well, Daddy is. Okay. But they get in the house, and, Toya was just telling us how, she has adapted to life in suburbia. She never thought that she would be able to or would see herself in suburbia and liking it. But she's like, you wake up, you take the kids out, let them go do what they gotta do, and you roll around in your golf cart, and you kicking it with your neighbors, and then you're having fun time at night and everything. It did look like a nice time. Okay, it did look like a nice time from what they showed us. And then she got a little upset because COVID came through and fucked all that up. Meanwhile, we see Dr. Eugene coming back from work, and him trying to trying to sanitize himself. The whole process of what people have to do, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people don't still do this at this point, this far in. We're literally about to be a full year. We're a full year into the pandemic. Like, it's March, okay? This is when we went on quarantine. And I remember still working at this time, and everybody else was on quarantine. You know what I'm saying? But, and we was pissed about it. We was pissed about it. It was like, we working with the public, and you putting our health in danger. Girl, a mess. But, anyway, and I feel like people still don't do this, but in the beginning, especially doctors and stuff, you have to come home and, get rid of the outside clothes, the clothes that you had on in the hospital, your scrubs and stuff like that, and then, take your shower and, come in the house. And that's what Eugene was doing, okay? And he come in and he's telling Toya all about, what he was going through. First you have PPE, then you run out of PPE, then 1 week you're running out of gowns, then 1 week you got to put people on ventilators, and then you realize that there's not enough ventilators because the people that's on ventilators are not coming off of ventilators, and then you just don't know exactly what this is and what's going on. And you got people coming in saying, this hurt, and you thinking that it's one thing, and then it's a possibility that it could be the virus, and then they got a fever and all this stuff. He's relieving his stress, okay? He's stressed out. He's a doctor. He don't know what's going on. He's living it day by day, and he's on the front line seeing this, and he's venting to his wife about what's going on. Something serious. And here comes Toya. Instead of saying, I know, babe, like, it's crazy, you know what I'm saying? But you really a good man for doing what you doing. You just sticking in there, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't know if I could have been able to do it, but you just shown me a different side of you and how much you really care about your job and you care about people and you being a soldier and you really sticking it out. And I love you for that. This bitch gonna say, and you know what? This motherfucking corona had to fuck up our goddamn anniversary plans. We supposed to be out there in Italy on the Amalfi Coast and doing this, doing that. I said, bitch, that's because she ain't got shit else to do. That's because she ain't got shit else to do, okay? I said, you better stay at home and teach them goddamn kids. I mean, they said you was a teacher before, so, you know, do something. Bitch, I said, whatever. Moving on from there, we get Scott and Dr. Contessa, okay? They seem like they're in a better place. Dr. Contessa finally finished her degree in public health. You know, she's back in the home. We remember all of the mess that happened dealing with that. Her wanting to go, I think it was Nashville, you know, dealing with that. I gotta stand up after this because my stomach is tightening up. It's the incision where my belly button at. That's the one that be giving me the flux sometimes. It just comes out of nowhere. It'd be like, bitch, I'm fine. And next thing you know, I remember, bitch, you had surgery a few days ago. So you're now completely healed. Don't bend over too much, okay? But what was I saying? Yeah, you know, so they seem like they're in a better place. You know, all that drama that happened last season, you know, and he came in, he took off his top to his scrub and he put it in the bag. First of all, what annoyed me, I'm so petty, I'm so particular, I'm so picky, and the smallest things annoyed me, okay? This is what annoyed me, and y'all probably didn't pick up on it, and y'all probably gonna be like, girl, what? Let it go. When he barely opened up the dirty clothes bag to put his shirt in there and he's like forced it in there when it was still kind of, the string was still kind of drawn on it, I was like, nigga, open it up a little bit, open it up a little bit more, okay? And what also annoyed me is the fact that he didn't take his scrub pants off, okay? And he went into the bedroom with that. I said, no, what was the point? And you're walking around with the dirty clothes, strip at the door, you ain't want them to see, bitch, put a towel up there, we ain't got to see your goods, okay? We ain't got to see your goods. Dr. Eugene showed us his drawers, okay? If he could show us his drawers, you can show us your drawers too, Scott. You know the better. You know, he come up in the bathroom. Contessa, she had to just come in and clean herself up. You know what I'm saying? He was about to kiss her. She was about to kiss him, and then she forgot. She said, hold up. You ain't washed your ass up, so go in the bathroom and clean that stuff up. Meanwhile, the kids are outside. They don't have nobody, like, you know, since they got to do the distance learning, social distancing and stuff like that. You don't want no new people up in your house and things like that, and don't know what they gonna bring. So, you know, they got Scott's niece out there and her girlfriend, and you know, we see her doing the Zen and the Sajin and all of that stuff, and you know, got her crystals and stuff like that, and the kids seem to be very receptive to it. So they seem like they're handling things as best as they can. That's basically what any and everybody can do at this point. So we get into Dr. Jackie and Curtis. They still together, girl. I'm gonna have to get over it. If Jackie got over the fact that, you know, she got cheated on, I just don't like people getting cheated. I just don't like it. Okay, I'm gonna get over it. I'm gonna get over it. We're not gonna do, we're not doing the past shit. We're gonna go ahead forward, okay? You know, we in a whole different era. But, you know, the house that she was trying to build last season, and to her specifications, it's all to her liking and everything. She got her closet, she got her kitchen, she got all the stuff, you know. She was in one of the bedrooms and she was talking to Curtis about Dr. Heavily wanted to have this birthday party for Dr. Damon. And, you know, she was just saying how this would be the first time that she would see Simone as Dr. Simone goes. You know what I'm saying? You know, they see each other rarely, like in passing in the parking lot or whatever, but and it's just a hey girl, how you doing, and all that stuff, but it's no in-depth, it's no hey girl, you want to have lunch, what's going on, bitch, let me tell you what happened. It's not like how it used to be, okay? And you know, that Curtis was just basically saying, one of y'all got to be the big person, and maybe Jackie, you should be the bigger person to actually just, you know, ramp up that conversation or to initiate a conversation, because somebody has to. And she was like, I don't want to do that because I want to feel as though you miss me just as much as I miss you. And Curtis was like, Well, how do you know that she don't feel that way? And that is a true thing. And I get where Dr. Jackie is coming from. Sometimes in certain situations, you want to feel like somebody missed you, okay? And somebody is thinking of you. And you don't want to be that person that always got to be the bigger person, that always got to reach out first. And I'm saying that from experience because that's one of my issues. And I hate that about myself because, well, it annoys me. I'm not gonna say hate. That's a strong word. I dislike that about myself because in any type of situation, whether it's good, whether it's bad, whether we get into an argument or whether it's just me trying to check up on somebody, I'm always the one that reaches out first. Okay, I'm always the one that breaks the ice first, and it makes me and put me in a position where I feel as though, damn, how come y'all don't reach out or you don't reach out or whatever? Do you not care as much as I care? Do you not think as much? And it has you playing games, but somebody has to reach out, and, Curtis was just trying to make her see that side. They're both stubborn, so somebody got to do it. And maybe you just put your stuff and your pride to the side. You feel like, she probably didn't have your back when you needed it. She feel like you didn't have her back. Y'all just need to sit down and have a conversation. And it's clear that y'all miss each other. I want y'all to get back together. Stop playing. Okay, both of y'all. Meanwhile, we got Heavenly up there, getting ready for Dr. Damon's birthday party. And she's getting ready to get all that stuff and just talking about how it's crazy how we got to go through all this stuff just to have a party and all this and get together. It was crazy how Dr. Curtis was saying when he came back from the store that it was people still out there walking around like it ain't nothing. They ain't had no mask on or anything. I said, that's Atlanta for y'all. That's Georgia for y'all. But anyway, that's the South for y'all. Okay. But no. She was talking about we gotta have this because Damon is a wonderful man. He's a wonderful father. You know what I'm saying? I've been married 23 years and I got a twin. My oldest son is 22. Okay, don't do the math. I was like, okay, you had him a year into the marriage. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. What's the math about it? What you trying to say? Is he not the daddy? Like, what's T, girl? But anyway, I was sitting there like, okay, cool. And she was like, my kids, even my oldest son, when they talk about Damon, they be like, he's the best father ever. He has shed a tear. My oldest son, like, they don't say shit like that about me, but they'll say shit like that about their father. I said, Heavenly, shut up. Leave it to Heavenly. I said, I don't know how this party gonna go. I hope it go well, girl. So we got Cecil, Simone, Toya, Eugene, the new chick, Anila, girl, whatever. The jury's still out on her, okay? I only seen her in one scene and she already annoyed me. Because I felt like when somebody is talking about a situation that you weren't a part of, just sit back and just listen, okay? I understand, you're not really giving your opinion, but you voicing your opinion a little bit. You putting your little 2 cents in, and we didn't ask that because you wasn't there. You don't know the dynamics outside of what you saw on TV. But, other than that, I'm gonna hold off. I'm not gonna really judge her yet because, like I said, I don't know too much about her. All I know is that she cool with Toya. And anyway, moving on from that, baby, they all getting dressed up or whatever. We got them going to Dr. Heavenly's party for Damon, and then we got Contessa and Dr. Jackie going to the party. Okay, Contessa all dressed up. She said, bitch, this is the first time we got together, so listen, I'm finna dress up. This the first time I'm gonna be out, since this corona stuff, and I'm finna do what I gotta do. I was like, I understand, so they get into this whole thing when Toya said, bitch, let's take a cheers and a shot to the fact that we gotta go to Dr. Heavenly's house for a party because ain't no more 5 stars restaurants open, and so we gotta downgrade to a 3-star. It made me chuckle. I'm not gonna lie. But that Anila chick, she laughed too hard for me. And I was like, girl, it wasn't that funny. And it was something else that she said about Dr. Heavenly. She was like, I got to drink to that because, girl, that was funny. I said, bitch, shut up. Just shut up. You're not in yet. You're not in yet to be a part of the thing yet, okay, to be saying this, okay? I don't know. It's something about new people when they come on shit. It just annoys me sometimes. It just annoys me. Like, let me warm up to you, okay? You're doing a little much. Just a little bit. Just calm down, okay? But they get into the whole situation, talking about Heavenly and, Dr. Simone's relationship. And, Dr. Simone said when she was in New York, she said she wasn't going to leave there angry at Heavenly, okay? So they're going to deal with whatever they're dealing with. And the whole thing really is between her and Jackie. And her thing is, she put out there in a lot of the conflicts that, situations that Simone has been in, Dr. Jackie has been the middleman. And Simone feels a type of way because when she had the conflict between Dr. Heavenly and herself, Dr. Jackie decided to step out of it and to not put herself in it, which is her right. And, Dr. Simone felt the way about that. And I was like, you can't, I don't understand that. Like, you can't really get mad because she won't choose a side. You know what I'm saying? She's choosing to stay out of it. That's the side that she chose. You know what I'm saying? It's just not the sides that you wanted. And you as an adult, you should respect that. Okay? But, it's just weird or whatever. And she's Dr. Simone acting all big and talking in her chest like, she's cool and she's okay. And, she's an adult that know how to adjust to a situation. And maybe this 20 plus year friendship was, not the friendship or something that needed to be adjusted or wasn't the right thing or some shit like that. And Toya even had to say, girl, it was 20 years. So no, that's not what it is. Okay, y'all been cool for 20 years. And then you got the same conversation going on in the car with Contessa and Jackie. And basically like, y'all need to sit down and y'all need to talk this out because they building it up as if Dr. Simone and Jackie's relationship is the glue that held the people together, the whole group together. And it's making everybody feel a type of way. And I do love the fact that in both cars, people are rooting for both of them to get down to the bottom of their issues and wanting them to be together. We don't have an outsider that's saying, nah, I want y'all to stay the way that y'all is, or throwing shade or throwing doubt on it. We got Toya saying they need to talk it out. We got Contessa saying they need to talk it out. And then you got this little blurb with Heavily saying basically if I'm the root to what happened, I need to sit down and fix it so that Simone and Dr. Jackie can fix their stuff. Yes, fix the shit, bitch. Because I don't know how much of this guy can take for a whole season. This going back and forth for we not friends and all this stuff. Y'all been cool for 23 years, as Dr. Jackie said. Okay, and y'all gonna let a little shit like this come between y'all. Girl, stop that. Stop that, okay? Dr. Jackie was about to cry. I was like, girl, let them tears flow. She said, no, bitch, I spent too much money on this makeup. I said, I understand, but, Dr. Jackie, that's the thing, girl. Let your emotions flow. You ain't got to be hard all the time. Nigga, I cry too. I cry. Y'all know I'm a G. Y'all know I'm a G, okay? I cry too. It's all right. So then everybody shows up at Heavenly's party for Dr. Damon. And, they got mermaids out there, PPE, and all that stuff. And so at this point, when when Dr. Simone gets there, she hugs everybody. Dr. Heavenly was already outside waiting on everybody. And then, she greeted Contessa and Jackie. And she did the forehead test to see if you got, a temperature or whatever. And of course, Dr. Contessa had to, be so technical and say, well, this ain't no real test about whether or not you got corona or not. We know, but that is a symptom. Okay, bitch, let me tell you something. Yesterday, I don't know what was going on, but girl, I thought I had a fever yesterday. I was like, oh no, what's happening? I just felt my body temperature get real high all of a sudden, but I was fine. I was fine. I think it was something else that was going on that had my nerves and everything going up or whatever. I think, because I overthink stuff and then I'm dealing with trying to keep my wounds clean and doing all that. Girl, it just caught up with me. But I'm okay. I'm okay, girl. I'm okay. I keep a thermometer on me. But anyway, so that's what was going on. And then when Dr. Simone came inside, And she saw Heavenly. Heavenly gave her a hug and was just thanking her for showing up. Because, you know, Dr. Simone said, you know, she would show up because of the fact that Cecil and Simone do like Damon. So they're just going to let this night be the night that it needs to be. And, you know, she saw Dr. Jackie, and in her confessional, she said, of course, nothing, you know, because it did look like Dr. Jackie was trying to avoid talking to her or whatever. But then Dr. Jackie gets up and, you know, she gives her a hug and, you know, was like, I know you negative because you work at so-and-so hospital, and, you know, they get to talking about the rapid test and all this stuff. And it just was, they were trying to break conversation, break the ice and have a little bit of conversation, but you could tell the awkwardness that was there. And then Toya broke it up or whatever by her voice, you know, talking about somebody, oh, it's a crab in a barrel, you know, talking about the food. That's what Toya goes to the party for, food. That's what she go for, food and liquor, okay? She ain't got nothing else to do. But anyway, so that happened. And like Dr. J said, this shit is like middle school, high school type of shit. But it is awkward. And if you haven't been speaking to somebody for a minute, it's hard. It may be a little bit harder to get back into the groove of things, you know, especially when you haven't fully spoken to each other, you know. And so I guess we can take that as a first step, that they actually acknowledge each other. Because I really did think, I know I wasn't the only one who thought Dr. Jackie was just going to sit there like she didn't see that girl. Okay. I said, girl, you going to do that the whole party? Damn, Dr. Jackie, you an ice queen, huh? But no. So then the men go sit down. And of course, they're talking about Black Lives Matter. They're talking about the virus, and Dr. Damon talking about how he got a gun pointed to his head twice, and, you know, Cecil started recanting about an incident where he had with a racist cop, and they pulled him over when he was in California, saying that he looked like somebody or whatever, and it was humiliating, and the things that, you know, happen. And it's a good thing that you record stuff, but then even if you record it, you know, and speak about it, it's gone the next day. People not really talking about it. But George Floyd was another, you know, so they just go into the whole banter about that, which was needed conversation. And, you know, that's what happened. Yeah, this Anaya, girl, bitch, hey, you done rub me wrong already, okay? You done rub me wrong already. You know, the ladies are sitting around. Dr. Heavenly asked, first of all, Toya was fucking them crab legs up. For a bitch that didn't really want to come to Heavenly 3-star home, you showing up fucking up all her food. But the bitch was drunk. See, that's what it was. She was drunk, okay? But at the same time, Heavenly asked Simone, so why haven't we spoken to each other? Why haven't you reached out to me or whatever? You know, I thought we said we was good, we made up and all this stuff. And then here comes Toya. Y'all made up in New York. Y'all hugged it out. Y'all was rolling on the floor. Y'all was yanking. Y'all was doing all this stuff. Y'all was lying. It was fake, bitch. You was being fake as fuck. That's what it is. You was being fake as fuck. And then everybody was like, Toya is drunk. And then Heavenly was like, you doing too much in my goddamn house. And then here go Toya. Well, throw me out, bitch, because I'm ready to go anyway. And then here comes Anelia. Bitch, everybody else who was actually involved in the situation and know firsthand what's going on is sitting back, including Simone and Heavenly, and quiet, okay? They ain't offering their 2 cents. Why the fuck you gotta offer your 2 cents? But if that's what it is, that's wrong. That's not no real friendship. If that's fake and shit, that's wrong. That's what you, girl, shut the fuck up. Who are you? This is the second time you didn't put your 2 cents into something that ain't got shit to do with you, girl. Okay? I was like, girl, listen, you gonna have to shut up. Know your place, okay? You a newbie here? Zip it, bitch. Zip it, bitch, until we get to know you, okay? I don't need you to offer any type of information, opinion, or whatever yet, okay? Bitch, we been here since the beginning. You just got here, bitch, okay? So just shut up. That girl kind of rubbed me the wrong way, and I was like, Toya, get your drunk ass out of here, okay? Get your drunk ass out of here. She probably was telling the truth, but at the same time, you drunk as shit and you just made a fool of yourself. Anyway, take you and your friend up out of here who was a guest of a guest. That's what it was. Bitch, you shut up, okay? But that was Married to Medicine. Y'all tell me how y'all felt about it, and I will see y'all later. Peace.